Everyone is not a friend out here. It does not ask, it does not care. It only watches, only stares, and slowly drinks the water from your prayers. I walk with instruments on my back, the guzheng bends or epoch how I track. The duduk's memory, the cello's crack, they all wake different in this lack. That doesn't change, it doesn't need to. The caravan ahead is dust, a promise that I cannot trust, a shape that moves because it must, and leaves behind the same dry crust. I do not try to catch them now. I learned in China not to chase. The thing you want will find your face if you just slow your hurried pace. You've all become so heavy now, not in the weight upon my back, but in the things you've taught me how to carry without losing track. The surbahar just hums below, it says, this is what journeys know. The weight is not your foe, the weight is how you grow. Caravan dust and surbahar trust. The road is long, the feet are dust, but everything I've learned so far is carried in this humming star. Caravan dust, I am the rust that forms on those who only thrust toward the next, the new, the must, while missing that the now is just. The now is just. The now is just. Persia is not in Gizzy. It does not pulse, it does not beat. It only waits with endless seas for you to find your own 2 feet. The gods here are not in the drum, they are not in the wind that strums, they are in the silence that becomes the only answer when you're not. The dust settles, the surbahar continues. He stops walking for the first time since leaving. He sits in the middle of nowhere and listens. Caravan Dust. Not the caravan, not the destination, just the dust that rises and settles. Again, and that is enough. I have chased sounds across the world. Heartbeats, grief flow. Each one taught me something. Each one moved me somewhere. But this doesn't move. This holds. The surbahar doesn't sing. It stays. Minutes pass, or hours. Time has left the courtyard. I thought music was about going somewhere, notes, melodies, journeys. But this note has been here forever. Before I came, before India, before leaving. It will be hereafter. I am just visiting. It's the same, he's just hearing more. That the drone that holds the world does not move, does not prove, does not soothe, it just is. And in its isness, I am held to. I tried to bend the gods, I tried to capture grief, I tried to flow like water, I tried to carry weight. But the surbahar, it doesn't try, it doesn't do, it doesn't become, it is. And in being, it holds everything that tries. The sun moves across the courtyard, the light changes, the drone doesn't. He closes his eyes, opens them, closes again. The drone remains. This is what I came for, not the sound that bends gods, not the note that moves mountains, not the melody that heals this. The sound that doesn't need to do anything, the sound that just witnesses, the sound that holds the world without touching it. The surbahar taught me, not by playing, by sing. Now the drone that holds the world, does he know it holds the world? It just drones and the world leans in. Like now, like always. La 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 la. The light fades, the courtyard cools, the drone holds. He doesn't move, doesn't need to. The surbahar plays itself now. He's just the place it's happening. Minutes, hours, who knows? Finally, softly, the drone begins to fade. Not ending just, becoming silent. But the silence is different now. It hums. Was everything the drone taught it? He sits in the humming silence. Doesn't move, doesn't need to. I heard you playing. Everyone heard. The walls heard, the stones heard, the date palms at the end of the road heard. A pause, a smile without teeth. You play like someone looking for something. The surbahar noticed. It doesn't usually notice. I have traveled far across sea, over mountains, through heartbeat and grief and flow and weight. I came looking for sounds, sounds that could, I don't know anymore. Then things move, things change things. of India, the weeping of Armenia, the flow of China, the weight of Persia. I collected them, carried them, learned them, and now you sit in my courtyard, playing one note for hours and calling it enough. To find now I don't know what I'm finding or why, or if it matters. The sounds are just sounds, the journey is just miles, and I'm just here sitting with a drone that won't stop, and a question I can't answer. You came all this way to find sounds, another pause longer, but sounds are just sounds. They come, they go, they live in here and then they don't. What I wanna know is, what did you find? What did I find? I don't know. I found heartbeats, I found beef, I found flow, I found weight, but those are just words, sounds, names. What did I find? Silence, long silence. The drone holds. The drone will wait. The courtyard will wait. The stars will wait. Take your time. I found that I could not bend the gods. I found that grief is not for fixing. I found that flow is not for controlling. I found that weight is not for carrying, it carries you. I found that the sounds were never the point. They were just places I stopped running long enough to feel. Go on. I found that I was looking for something outside, something to collect, something to own, something to use. But the surbahar doesn't let you use it, it just stays. And if you stay with it, you find that you are never looking for sound, you are looking for stops, can't find the word, yourself. You are looking for yourself in every country, in every instrument, in every sound. And now you sit in my courtyard, playing one note, and you're closer than you've ever been. I was looking for myself across the whole world, carrying instruments like mirrors, hoping one would show me. Then the surbahar, one note for hours, showed me nothing, just held me while I stopped looking and started here. The sounds you found, they were never the treasure, they were the map. The treasure, it's sitting right there where it always was. He touches the traveler's chest lightly. You just have to travel the